Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to set up Minikube from the scratch on Ubuntu server. Basically Minikube is a lightweighted Kubernetes cluster that runs locally and it is mostly used for learning purpose, practice purpose, demos and DevOps lab setup purpose. However, since Kubernetes production clusters are complex, Minikube removes many pain points and complexity, and that is where beginners and even experienced engineers they can start using the Minikube. Okay, so in this video I will share my screen, execute each command and explain why, because we need this Minikube, how we are going to set up Minikube with the step by step without skip anything. Okay, now let me create one server. So before creating the server you need to know, so we need T2 medium and 4 GB RAM. So let's create it. Launch the instance. So here I am giving cri.sh is the server name. OS I am selecting as a Ubuntu. Instance type I have selected as a T2 medium, and make sure the key pair I have existing key pair which is I selected as a Kubernetes. Then make sure you have to change this as up to 20 GB. This may not record, only 8 GB is enough. Then after that launch the instance. See, once that instance is created, then you can go to that instances and you can take this IP address for this instance, or you can click on the connect. Then take the public DNS and go to the git bash and paste the command and you can connect to the server. First time it is asking the fingerprint. Okay, say yes. Once connected the server, see, I have captured all the points how to set up the Minikube. So here are the commands so which we can use to set up. Even I will share these commands in the description so you guys can take it and you can follow. Okay, so before that we have some prerequisites are there. So we need to know what and all prerequisites are needed to set up the Minikube. So the first thing is we need Docker. Okay, so before going to discuss about the Docker, first we will discuss about why Minikube is required. So before jump into the commands to set up the Minikube, let me explain why we need the Minikube. Kubernetes production clusters need multiple nodes, networking, storage, load balancers and so on. So at the end of the day, you know, AWS will charge for all these resources. So that is where that creates technical hurdles for learning also. So for that, Minikube gives us a single node Kubernetes cluster. We no need to install or we no need to spin up multiple EC2 servers, and this will be works on laptop or VM, and this perfect for kubectl practice as well. Ideally for DevOps interview preparation, DevOps tools preparation, this will be useful. So pretty much Minikube is a Kubernetes lab in one command. Okay, so this is not needed for multiple servers. That is the reason we will go for Minikube. So now let's go to the procedure to setting up the Minikube. See, the first thing is, while installing the Minikube or we are setting up the Minikube, we need to install the Docker first. Why Docker is required here? Kubernetes does not run the applications directly, it runs containers, and Docker is one of the container runtimes. Although Kubernetes now prefer container D, Docker can still be used via CRI DOCKERD, and that is where Docker is fit for Minikube. Okay, so let me execute the command. So apt update refresh the packages index, that means it will update all the packages which is required, and docker.io install the Docker engine from the Ubuntu repository, and then we need to Docker since Minikube will be used to run the containers. So that's what the first command will do. Once this is done, and then verify that Docker is installed or not. This is the command. We can use sudo systemctl status docker. See here, Docker is installed and it is active and running. If the Docker is not running, Kubernetes cannot start the pod. Step 2, we need to install CRI DOCKERD is required. Why CRI DOCKERD is required? Earlier, Kubernetes used Docker directly. However, Docker support was removed from the Kubernetes, despite of Docker still being popular. So, why? Because we still want to Docker. That is where CRI DOCKERD comes into the picture. What is CRI DOCKERD? So, CRI means it's a container runtime interface. CRI DOCKERD acts as a bridge. That means the first will be the Kubernetes and then CRI, then Docker. So that means basically it allows Kubernetes to talk to the Dockerd. So CRI is the bridge between the Kubernetes and Docker. Kubernetes will use the CRI, it will talk to the Docker. Okay. So now we have a script I have written here to install the CRI. So let me explain this script also step by step. So here the first thing is I have kept the version. So this is the stable version. It will avoid the compatibility issues. And second thing is it will download the CRI Dockerd. So which is the binary from the official maintainers actually. Okay, which is GitHub. And the third thing is we have to extract the binaries and move those binaries into the system path. And then we can use, these are the executables by using chmod is the command. So we can able to give the executable permission. Then finally make sure install the systemctl services, and these files allows CRI dockerd to run as a system service. Then we can fix the binary path, update all the service file path, otherwise service will fail. Then we can reload and start the services. And finally we can verify the CRI dockerd where socket file confirms CRI is active. Without this Kubernetes cannot start. So that's what this is the procedure. Let me execute this script. I will share this script also actually. Let me copy this script and need to be executed. Bam cri.sh. So I have pasted the code and I am saving this code. Then make sure this script need to be the executable permission. So that chmod plus x I can give cri.sh. So now this script has the executable permission. Now let's run this. So /cri.sh. So let me install all those required things by using cri.sh. So see here, all are in active state and it is up and running actually. So now CRI installed successfully. Then once this is installed, we need to install CNI. So CNI is that network plugins. So why the CNI is required for that Kubernetes? Kubernetes pods needs networking between the pod-to-pod communication, service networking as well. So that is where CNI plugins comes into the picture. So here using this is the command, I need to be download network binaries which is required and place them into the OPT CNI bin folder. Then Kubernetes automatically picks them. So let's see how to install. Directly you can copy this and here you can paste it. Now let's see. See here it got downloaded and it is installed. So the plugin version is 1.3.0. Okay. Then once this is completed, we need to install kubectl. So basically kubectl is a tool to talk to the Kubernetes. Kubectl is the command line tool, so which will be talked to the API server. API server will be talked to the cluster. So you can refer that. I have already posted the videos for Kubernetes architecture. So for this, so here I can use this command to install the kubectl. So this is the command line interface. So the user will give that input to that kubectl. Kubectl will read that and it will give to the Kube API server. So this is the version of this. Okay. So once this is installed, we need to install the contract. Okay. So here the contract, why this contract is required? Kubernetes network uses the connection tracking. So this required especially for Minikube non-driver actually. This is the command line interface. So we can use directly sudo apt install contract. Then we can verify the version. So once it is installed, see this is the version, it got verified. Okay, so 1.4.8. Once this is installed, we need to install cri-ctl. Okay, so why cri-ctl is required? Cri-ctl which is required to CLI to talk directly to the CRI, which can be used for debugging the containers. If any issues in terms of the container, so cri-ctl will be useful. So that is the reason cri-ctl is the required for debugging the containers. So let me install. So this is the command, and finally we need to verify the version. So this is the cri-ctl space -- version. Now paste here. So this is the version. Then finally we need to install the Minikube. So this is the command which we can use to install the Minikube. We need to download that Minikube and we can give that executable permission for that Minikube, and then it will move that to the system path. So you can paste these commands. This will be downloaded and it will give the executable permission, and then it will be moved to the system paths. Then finally it will give the version. Okay. So now we'll see Minikube space version. This command will give the version of the Minikube. Currently 1.36.0. Okay. So we have installed the Minikube. We need to start the Minikube. So to start that Minikube, we need to start with the non-driver mode. Why non-driver means? That will be runs Kubernetes directly on the host. It's not any VM actually. So that is where this will be faster and simple for labs actually. So for that we can use Minikube start driver is equal to none. See, once this is entered, there is some issues like, see here, there are some permission denied issues comes, right? So if we see like this of issues, so what we can do, so we have some fix for that. See here, if any permission issues, so we need to make sure this will deleted all the Minikube existing installations. Okay. Then we need to remove the log files as well. And then finally we can apply the suggested fix, because these are the fixes which is required if any issues while starting the Minikube. So that is the reason, once done all those things, again you need to start the Minikube. Now see, Minikube is going to start. So this is where this will be control plane starts and kubelet will run and pod get created. So this is where everything comes together actually, if we can use Minikube. Then once that Minikube is started, we can verify the Minikube status. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. So it's generating the certificates. So now see, Minikube is started successfully. Now see the Minikube status. See, now it's running, and API server is running, kubelet is running, host is running, and control plane is there actually. So if you want to stop the Minikube, we can use Minikube start command. If you want to delete, we can use the delete a Minikube. Or if any permission issue, so earlier used to face, right? So this is the fix for that, and I will share all these commands actually. Okay. Once that Minikube is installed successfully, we need to copy that Minikube to the home Ubuntu user location, because we are working with the home Ubuntu user location. Then after that we should have to give the owner permission with Ubuntu. So I have given owner permission. Now after that you can verify that certificates also. Okay, it's replaced. Then we need to verify it actually, whether these certificates are updated or not. See, our certificates are updated with that home Ubuntu. This is the path. Okay, so now the Minikube is ready. Once the Minikube setup is done, we can check for the configurations. So using Minikube config view, see here API version and clusters we have seen, and after that, so name is the Minikube and this is the server, and we are using version 1.36 is the Minikube version. Then after that, here we can see there are a couple of certificates are available actually. Okay, then we can use kubectl get nodes. See here, only control plane is there here, and this will be act as a control plane and a data plane. Why? Because so we are setting up that Minikube which is act as a control plane and data plane. So once this practice is done, I will show you how to setting up the Kubernetes with control plane and a data plane. So that time I will show you multiple nodes in the data plane.
So in the next session we will see object creation. If any doubts, could you please comment in my channel. Thanks for watching.